Yeah, actually, let's start. Yeah.
Yes. Very good evening to one and all. Welcome to another education session by Speak Up Toastmasters. Like every Toastmasters club, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. In today's session, we will be focusing specifically on the impromptu speaking. Whenever we are at an event, whenever we are in a party, whenever we are meeting new people, or sometimes we want to make an elevator pitch, what is it that we can do? That thinking on the feet has to be structured so that we convey in the best possible way our ideas. And that is what we are going to learn today. Today we have a very novel facilitator. He's a veteran Toastmaster. He is a fellow TCSer, one of the oldest Toastmasters from the geography of West Bengal. And he's somebody who is charming, loving, caring, and most importantly, with all of this, he's also straightforward. I would like to invite on stage someone who wants to tell you a little more about him before we start this session. Please help me welcome on stage our area director, area H1 director, Toastmaster Abhishek Mohta. Tell us exactly why we have distinguished Satyadip Basu to give his session on table topics, as we also have his mentee, Division I Director, Toastmaster Biswaraj Biswas in the room. Abhishek.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So Satyadip doesn't need any introduction per se as far as Toastmasters of Kolkata is concerned. We all know him. He's a die-hard cricket fan as well as a Toastmaster from heart. And I can tell you this, you give him any topic and he can create a story out of it. And that is what table topic is all about. He doesn't misses on any of the opportunity to attend a meeting and attempt a table topic. So if he is giving you the tips, I'm sure everybody will be an educated person going after this meeting. And I'm sure we will be having a lots and lots of table topic participants in the contests coming up.
Thank you so much, Abhishek.
I'm really keen to listen to you. Unfortunately, I've just reached home from office, so I don't know how long I will be there.
Same here.
All the
all decked up. You can see all decked up.
I thought that you are all decked up because you are taking the session.
No, not at all.
Over to you, Gayatri.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. And that is true. He just parked his car. He came and sat down. Even before his dinner, he's going to serve a platter for us. And we have distinguished Toastmaster Arnab Nag in the room, who is also here as a beginner. Please help me welcome on stage distinguished Toastmaster Satyadip Basu. Table Topics Workshop for Beginners. Table Topics Workshop for Beginners. Distinguished Toastmaster Satyadip Basu.
Thank you, Gayatri. I always say this when I get such introductions, that these are introductions which I richly deserve, but I rarely get. And I sometimes feel that my wife, who is in the other room, would have loved to hear such good things about me. Anyways, let's move ahead. So I do not know many of you, honestly, in this room. I'm interacting for the first time. There's few names who I'm interacting for the first time. I normally do not start a session without a round of introduction, but considering the paucity of time, we will not be able to do so. Just a quick raise of hands. If we have, for those who have recently joined Toastmasters and have not spoken in more than 5 table topics, or maybe not even more than 5 sessions where you got a chance to speak. Can we have at least see, because Gayatri has mentioned it's for beginners. There's nothing called beginners, right? Everybody here is to learn, and that too in table topics. So Pramotesh is one, Prathamesh, sorry, Prathamesh is one. Anybody else who has not spoken more than 5 table topics here? I'm just trying to figure out who are beginners. Raise of 1 second. Satish Kumar is 2. RK Arora 3. Is there a chat? Joyita Pal 4. Okay. Snehal 5. Good. Okay, let's start. So I've got a presentation. Now this presentation has got 10 slides, out of which there's one opening slide and a closing slide. So those who are working in corporates, particularly in corporates, would have been tired of presentations. As soon as the presentation starts, the first thing that you do is you peep. And I keep saying in every session, and figure out how many slides are there. 1 hour, okay, 10 slides means 10 minutes per slide. Kitna jaldi ye wala khatam ho jayega. So you immediately make a calculation within your mind. Nothing of that sort is going to happen. Trust me, there are 10 slides, but I'm going to talk about only 4 of them. The others are slightly related to the contest, which I'll refrain from doing so for the time being. So let's begin. And I will be having it will be more of an interactive session rather than the slide, but let's begin with the slide. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know once you can see my screen. Okay.
Yes, the screen is visible.
Visible, right? So this is the introductory one, so table topic workshop. So what are we going to do? Not everything in the agenda will be followed. So we'll talk about what is a table topic. We'll talk about an ideal table topic. So this is important, common apprehension inhibitions, because you will be able to identify yourselves. And please unmute. Even if you do not want to switch on your video, that is fine. It's getting late. So but please unmute and respond. Yes, no, okay, I agree with this. This kind of responses would be good enough. Okay. And then overcoming barriers. So it's a very short agenda. That's it. So let's see what is a table topic. This is what is a table topic. Keep it very, very simple. It is a speech, but it is of a T20. It's a T20 version of cricket. Short speech. Only problem is it has to be delivered impromptu. Now, why is it so significant? Because for anything, we have all gone through our school days and college days. Whenever you are prepared for an exam, you do it better. But these are surprise tests. Just like we had in our 4, 5, 6. I don't think these days they have surprise tests, but in some schools they still have. But beyond class 6, I don't think there are surprise tests. But this is what is a surprise test. So you're caught off guard. But in Toastmaster sessions, we are given there's a designated section which is called a table topic section. And in that table, mind you, it's a section, right? It is not a session. So we make a mistake about a session. It's a Toastmaster session with 3 sections: prepared speech, table topic, and evaluation. So it's a table topic section, not a session. So it's a table topic section where you get to speak. Okay. Now, nobody can speak till eternity because we are not Narendra Modi or Mamta Banerjee, because we'll speak in Pragati Maidan and 50,000 people will listen to us. No, there's a time limit, and that time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. And this time the grace period is only 30 seconds on the higher side. So if you speak beyond 2 minutes, 30 seconds, ideally you should not speak. You get disqualified. There's no meaning of disqualified. Ideally, you should not be speaking beyond 2 minutes, 30 seconds, because that is the test of time. Ideally you should speak for 1 minute. Okay. Now let's move in. I'll not talk about the contest, because this is something which is related to contest. How many of you have heard about a table topic contest that takes place? Anybody? Amongst the new ones who were there, Snehal and all. And Abhishek Mohta, you have won the contest. So Hemang, you have heard. Some more. I think those who raised Chaitali have heard about table topic contest, but you have not participated yet, right? Maybe an yes, no would. You have not participated, Chaitali? Did you participate in table topic contest?
Yes.
No, that's right. So let's move. We'll not waste time. Now, we'll come to a table topic, right? What's an ideal table topic? How do we deliver a table topic? And we will see. Bisharaj, how much time do you have in your hand?
2 more minutes.
Fantastic. Bisharaj, a topic for you. Exactly 2 more minutes. A topic for you. The grass is greener wherever you water it. The grass is greener wherever you water it. Guys, if you have the timer's card ready, you can just showcase. Otherwise, let's be sure we'll know. Vishal, let's start. Guys, please listen.
I was in class 11 at that point of time. I was really struggling with mathematics. I always wanted to score higher, but somehow the scores would be very, very low. And I would be disappointed after every test that the teacher would take in the class. My friends, on the other hand, would score really high. And each time I would look at them, I would feel, what is wrong with me? Is the teacher partial? Is the teacher not inclined towards marking me high? And that is bringing my scores down? I'd wonder day after day. Until and unless one day I thought of changing things around for me. I felt that maybe that I am not putting that much effort that is required in those lessons that I should have. And from that day onwards, I made a vow to myself. I swear that every day I would at least try to solve 40 problems or at least 20 of them, and that I would do on a daily basis and try and see for a change if things get better or not. Interestingly, in the next couple of weeks' time, my scores in those class tests started to increase and they become better and better with time. And ultimately, in my board exams, I scored 96, 4 short of 100. While that is a disappointment in itself, that goes on to show that the grass is green wherever I watered it. My grass was having a lean patch, unlike the others who were putting in water on their own fields. And had I thought of blaming it on my luck or fate and not taking the effort to water my own grass and own lean patch, it would have been lean throughout. Instead, I choose the other way around. I choose to take the effort. I choose to go the hard way of identifying the problem and addressing it with a proper contingency plan, as they call it. And I had the results in my hand. Toastmasters and friends, whenever you have something not going in your way, it is very easy to be carried away and blame the others and the situation for it. The other way around, or the better way around, would be to identify the problem, address it, and make a conscious effort to be better at it. And I'm sure if you do that honestly and diligently, results will follow. It did for my own problem, like I said. Won't you agree that it will solve your problem as well, Mr. Contest Chair?
Yeah, great. Vishraj, the contest hangover of being a judge is still with you, but that's all right. That's how you win. But fantastic. Round of applause for Vishraj for taking this topic. See, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, the important point is, if you have listened to Vishraj started, I was in class 11. Nobody knew what Vishraj was doing in class 11, right? None of us knew. We know Vishraj. I know Vishraj for 11 years now. So I know Vishraj for the last 11 years only. Prior to that, what Vishraj has done, nobody knew. So that's what it is. So he started with an attractive opening. So in table topics, you start with an attractive opening. The first thing that you need to remember is, do not repeat the topic. Do not say, thank you, table topic master, for giving me such a topic. The grass is greener wherever you water it. Please do not do that. I'm not talking from the contest perspective only. It shows that you are just buying time. No need to buy time. I'll tell you how you cannot buy time and still speak. But do not repeat the topic. This is the first lesson that you remember. If you do this, for first two, you might do because you're just off the cuff. The clutch is just released and the car has just started. But my suggestion is, right from the word go, practice at the onset, not repeating the topic. Second, what did Vishraj do? Again, he set the topic at the onset. How? He said that he was not doing well in maths. And he continued with the fact that everybody around him was doing well and he was feeling depressed. He was trying to figure out how you can immediately. Vishraj was analyzing and thinking both together how he would approach this topic and set the tone. So The story that Vishwaraj was trying to figure out from class 11 was set right at the beginning. Now, once you know the story, you carry on with it and you build on that topic gradually. So what did Vishwaraj do? First, he talked about he was not doing well in maths. Then he initially could not figure out what was the problem. And then he said that he tried to identify the problem was the first thing. And that is where, till now, there was the introduction. And then he moved on to the body. What did he speak in the body? He spoke that once he identified the problem, that okay, probably a little bit of more practice would do. He decided that he would like to change the way he used to behave and decided to practice at least 40 problems a day on a daily basis. The results were reflected in his board exam. So that was the crux of the topic. The grass is greener wherever you water it. The grass is greener came in with the practice of the mathematics, practice of the subject mathematics, diligently, regularly, incessantly, resulting in 96% in board exam, wherever you water it. Right? This was the actual crux. The example, he gave an example. He started with a personal example. You might start differently. We will see how we can start. But whenever you give a personal example, it touches the heart and it becomes, most important, it becomes relatable. How many of you, tell me, just a quick show of hands, how many of you think that Bishraj gave that example which is very relatable? Whether you were good in maths or bad in maths is not important, but you could relate to it. Maybe a quick raise of hands, relatable or not? Right, 3 participants, raise 4, 5, right? That's it. So that is it. There's nothing else in table topic that you need to do. It is, people say rocket science, I say astrophysics. No, nothing. The subject itself, astrophysics, sounds very, very bombastic, isn't it? I don't know whether there's an astrophysicist right now in the room, but that's all right. So that's how that is it. So don't think simple. The first thing that needs to be done is in table topic is think simple. I'll give you the tips how you can think simple. Self-explanatory, right? The entire thing was an anecdote. But what was the key thing that Vishwaraj did? And this is where it is. The topic, see, we all understood Vishwaraj was not good in maths. He was struggling. He was feeling depressed because people around him, students or his peers, his classmates around him were scoring well and he was not. This part is understood. What is also understood? He decided to change the way. So he decided to practice mathematics. He did 40 problems at least on a daily basis. Result was 96%. So there was a turnaround. This part is also understood. Now comes the reinforcement part in table topic. So you have told the story, you have established, you have interpreted the topic, you have identified the story, you have narrated it well. Now you have to reinforce, and that is a complete package in table topic. I completely understand that all of you, many of you are beginners. It will be very difficult for you to comprehend and speak, but there is something worse in life than not to succeed. It is not to have tried hard. This is itself is a table topic, isn't it? So please practice right from the word go. People say that, oh, whenever we are trying to explain a 7 or 8 years guy or girl of 7 or 8, class 7 or 8, not age, class 7 or 8, which is 14, which is 13, 14. People say, oh, वो तो बच्चा है, उसको मत समझाओ, वो समझ नहीं पाएगा. No, I'm sorry. I beg to differ. Those who are parents would understand that's the impressionable age. Whatever you teach them, they will understand. Same thing works in Toastmasters. There's nothing called, oh, I am only 2 months in Toastmasters. I may not be able to speak like this. No. You will also be able to speak. Only thing is that you need to understand and believe in yourself that you can speak. That's it. Oh my goodness, I will never be able to speak like Oinpal. You don't have to. I do not have the fluency of Gayatri Deshmukh. You do not need to. Nobody has asked you to be like Gayatri Deshmukh. It's not like somebody doing like somebody, emulating somebody. Yo, she's such a fluent speaker. Fantastic. You will also. But only thing is that you need to participate. That's it. And just be aware of the basics. I'll tell you the basics. Don't worry. So in the what did Vishwas do? Why was the speech so soothing to the ears? Because he said that he concluded by saying that sometimes in case of difficulties, we tend to get carried away by saying that, oh, nothing is going to happen to me. It has all gone down the drain. But with a conscious effort, if we can identify the problem and work towards it, then you will be able to come out of that problem or solve it. So he had a lean patch. The grass was lean, the lean patch. That's what he said, exact word, right? And he found out the way to water it, meaning that only the grass turned green, correct? If you do not water the grass, it will not turn green, right? So that is it. So what did I say? Come to a logical conclusion from the body of the speech. So he drew the conclusion from the body of the speech itself. And mind you, I did not have any setting with Vishwaraj, okay? That Vishwaraj, okay, you will join and I'll give you this topic and Vishwaraj had come prepared. No, he's a natural speaker. He's a natural speaker. Don't you think how many of you think this last sentence, a sense of conviction to reinforce your point is necessary? This is what he did. He did reinforce it, right? So that exactly is an ideal tabletop. So I just started with the ideal tabletop. Please understand that if you cannot speak like this, the world will not come to an end or you will not get today's dinner. That's not happening. There's nothing. If you cannot speak like Vishwaraj or if you are not able to abide by all these points, you are not going to get dinner today. That's not happening. No, all of us are going to get dinner because we are privileged class, right? At least I think so. So in this context, let's have another table topic. Arijit, would you like to take a topic? You don't have to speak in this manner. Just would you like to take another topic, or maybe, or you want to go after some time?
After some time.
After some time. I knew that. Right. So we have Archita Tiwari in the room, another fabulous speaker. Archita, is it possible for you to come? There she is. Exactly the same lines. I've already given the example. Let's start with Archita. Listen to Archita when I give her the topic.
Yes, Dada.
The things that we take for granted, someone else is craving for. The things that we take for granted, someone else is craving for. Archita Tiwari.
Imagine yourself on a cozy winter night with a blanket over you, sleeping peacefully with your family, enjoying the weather and truly feeling blessed with great food and a cozy bed to sleep in. For most of us, it's our regular day affair, isn't it? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. These simple pleasures of life, which I call a blessing, are things that we take granted. Now, let me give you another small picture. I was walking down the street a few days ago at night with my sister when I saw two kids roaming around and then going and sleeping in a small shack that they had built using wood and other small hay. It was a wooden home that they were living in. And what I saw was they had a small, thin sheet of clothing that they had taken to cover themselves up. The shack didn't have a proper door. So it was visible to me that they were shivering in that blanket. When I saw that, I felt grateful that I had a warm blanket. I felt grateful for having a home where I didn't have to feel the chilly winter wind almost reaching my bones. The next time that you have things that you take granted for, whether it is love from your family, whether it is affection, whether it is food that you eat every single day, remember there is someone surviving without it. And all you can do at that moment is feel grateful, thankful, and try to do your bit to help the society get all of these simple things in your own way. Over to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Fantastic, Archita. Thanks. Wonderful. Same thing, just a quick repetition. Cozy night, sleeping peacefully in a blanket with great food, after having good food in a warm bed. That attractive opening, setting the topic, all done. Archita was building on the topic. What was the why? Where did she build the topic? These are simple pleasures which she calls herself as blessings, which actually are, which we take for granted. That's where the topic was built. What was the body? The body was, now the twist came. She was walking along the street with her sister, saw two kids moving into a shack which did not have a door, did not have a proper door, and to cover themselves up with a thin cloth. And yes, she assumed that they were shivering, or whatever, she could see that they were shivering. Again, the body was done. And then, towards the end of the body, she says that let us consider ourselves grateful for having a home with a food to eat and a warm bed to sleep on. And then she reinforces in the conclusion that the next time, so the sentence begins with, the next time you take anything for granted, whether it's love, whether it's affection, or whether it is food, please remember that someone else is there who is surviving without the same. That's the conclusion, a powerful conclusion. So it is very simple. It is not that Archita does this day in, day out. So it is not that every time you have to speak like this, but this is how you speak on a table topic. You just keep these things in mind. Now, if you say, I did not have an attractive opening, I had a very simple opening. Okay, I started with one evening, I was walking along the street and I saw that there was a beggar who did not have a blanket and he was shivering. That's all right. That's all right. You are just building on the topic in a different manner. It is just like a music director. Any music director, let's say Pritham, or let's say A.R. Rahman, they do not create in every music, they do not create the same tune, right? Or every romantic song of theirs does not have the same tune, does not have the same beats. It's not Opi Nair having the same, nothing to undermine Opi Nair, but it's not having the same beats, right? It's the way you weave the thread. It's as simple as that. So let me ask people who are there in this room now, I do not know whether how many of you. So is it making sense? Or no, I know you're giving a blank face. It's morning time. But to Himangi, to Satyaket, to Prabhakaran, to Joita, Bhattacharya, Satish, is it making sense or is it going sin theta by cos theta? I mean, tangent through the head.
Yes, it is.
It is making sense, right? So now let's try it out. So this will be practical. So not much of Gyan. I've got 3 more slides. So not much of Gyan I would like to give you. Now, before I start this, let's have Himangi. Himangi, would you like to take a topic? Nobody is. Yeah. So don't. The first thing is that don't get intimidated by Vishwaraj and Archita. You speak. You are an individual, and I will give a topic to Arnav, and then you will understand what I mean, right? I'll give a topic to Arnav. Whatever I told you, I'll in these lines I'll give a topic to Arnav, right? But before that, just for you, a topic, Himangi. Try it out. Simple topic. Excuses do not give results. Excuses do not give results. Himangi.
It was year 2023 when I decided to make 5 resolutions, of which one was to do exercise regularly, at least for 30 minutes, if not for an hour. So for the first month, my goal was all I could tick off my goal for January. As soon as next month started, somehow uh, I took some breaks. So in February, maybe I did for 2 weeks. In March, I did for 3 weeks, and something it went on like this. There were lots of interruptions. So every time, whenever I was taking any break, I would give an excuse to myself that, oh, yesterday I took break because I had something to do. Oh, day before yesterday I took some break because I had to go for a shopping. Or maybe uh, I took some break because I was in a vacation for 15 days. So on and so forth. I had a long list of excuses. And today, when I'm looking back, or especially now that we are in the end of December or end of year 2023 in the December, when I look back and reflect on how did I do on my goal, I realize that I did not give my 100% to whatever goal I had set. I had decided that I'll do exercise for at least 30 minutes, if not for an hour. But I gave excuses pretty much every month. So because of which I feel I'm still at I'm still on my weight of 60 or maybe 62. I would have maybe gained weight, but for sure I have not reduced it. So yes, it is always an excuse which will never give you any result. So if you want to get a result, make sure you are sticking to it. Thank you so much, and over to you, Table
Fantastic.
Topics Master.
Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Most importantly is you have spoken on the topic. So, Himangi, chill. Just be cool. There's nothing. If you have, even if you have not spoken well, doesn't matter. But on the contrary, you have spoken well. I'll tell you why. It starts generally with a resolution. So everybody is intrigued. And whenever you say the word exercise in 2023, people almost know where you land up to. But they want to know the story, right? The build up. So first month, January, you have been disciplined, diligent. And then from February, you started taking breaks, maybe a little breaks became longer in the month of March and so on. And you tried to introspect why you could not exercise, which were the excuses. You found out from your introspection that they were nothing but excuses. You could have done that, but you did not do it, right? That's where the body came into the picture, correct? And then in the month of December, now when you reflect back, that's where you are coming towards the conclusion, closing of the body. Reflect back, you say that you are not given 100%. Now, a little bit of reinforcement from your side that, yes, ladies and gentlemen, from my personal take, I understand that excuses do not give results, in the sense that I had a mission. I had set a target of losing 5 kgs this year. I might not have gained weight, but I have lost only 2, which is why I did not fulfill my goal. Only it was only due to excuses. So nobody else can be blamed except myself or me. It only goes to prove that excuses do not give results. Keep it simple. The more you practice, see these guys, this Vishwaraj Vishwas, Archita Tiwari, and this, when I call Arnab Nag, Gayatri Deshmukh, I don't want to use the word, but for donkey years they have been doing this. Right? I don't want to use that word, but surely true. You ask Arnab Nag to get up from sleep, and hey, yeah, there's a topic. In 5 seconds, he will brush his teeth and start speaking on the topic. He doesn't even need to brush his teeth sometimes, but he'll speak on the topic. Because he has been doing this for the last 11, 12 years that he has been a Toastmaster. So there's no worry, Himangi. It's very, 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 very simple. Let's have someone now. Is there any volunteer who would like to speak? Anybody amongst the new ones? Let's see if you can muster your courage to master table topics.
Satyaket.
Yeah, Satyaket. But Satyaket, I know. Satyaket, I've seen. I know Satyaket. He has been... Okay, Satyaket. Here is your topic. Okay. That let me just give you a topic. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. Comfortable, Satyaket? The comeback is always stronger than the setback. Is it okay, or you need a change in the topic, Satyaket? Okay. Unmute and start. Unmute yourself, Satyaket.
Well, how often have you felt that, no, I think I'll give it a better shot. I'm going to do it better the next time. And how often have you felt that, oh, yes, I did my best way more better than I did it the last time? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a feeling that we all strive for. Ever since we were kids, ever since we had dreamt of having something in our lives, that is what we all went for. That is what we all strive for. That is all what really gains our attention, ladies and gentlemen. The point is, what really, keeps us motivated is something that also drives us forward. So it's not just, I'm talking about ourselves, but also the human race in general. If you remember, the day you were trying hard for something in your career, you must have faltered at some point or the other. For example, I failed the first time when I appeared for my entrance exams. But the moment I gave myself a lot more efforts from the setbacks, that I realized that no, I have to give it a lot more efforts. The comeback that I had by getting into the university that I tried for, that comeback is something that I would always look back to keep me motivated. And I believe that everybody has that story or that event in their lives where they can look back upon themselves, reflect upon their values, and yes, set an inspiration to the people who they care for. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why we all must realize that the comeback is all what we should have in our minds, and the setbacks are all that we should learn from. This is all from my side. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Satyaket. Satyaket, overall, you spoke on the topic. The speech was good. Good in the sense that you got hold of the topic a little later because you were thinking, right? And that's what I'm going to display right now. Common apprehensions, inhibitions and apprehensions, right? And I want most of you, if you can come on video, just nod your head or raise your hand whether you agree to this. So Satyaket, you talked about how many times we think that if that feeling comes in the mind, we did it better than the last time. That's a feeling, that's the adrenaline rush that you have. Okay, I've done it. I've done it better than last time. My score was better. For a young kid who has scored a 70 in a cricket match after being out and scoring 5 runs in the previous match would feel elated, isn't it? Right. So a girl who has had a nice dance performance on stage where she was not selected in the previous class would be overjoyed. So these are the setbacks after which you come back. But this time you need a preparation. For a comeback, you need a preparation. So you had that story, but your personal story came in very late. Not only that, you did not build on that story. You were saying that, you kept on saying that you keep motivated. You need to rise forward, you try everyone is trying hard, and sometimes there are failures in our career. Like I did not do well in my entrance exam, so I put in a lot of effort and came back to get myself a seat in my desired or dream university. Correct? So if you could have started with this, then that comeback is stronger than the setback would have sealed the deal. Understood? Understood? So the whole thing is, there's nothing, as I said, there's nothing worse in life than not to succeed. It is not to have tried hard. I told you in the beginning, right? So that's the mantra that you have for the comeback and the setback. Now, with many of you who have not spoken on too many table topics, let's see how many of you can identify yourself. How many of you have this feeling whenever you want to go into a table topics, in a table topic session, or you do not want to raise your hand because of this? Anyone? These days, because of so many Toastmaster sessions, nobody wants to do so. Okay. Next. How many of you think that this is another problem? There's a problem with me. I cannot think on my feet. Everything is inhibition. What is inhibition? Mental block, nothing else. Correct? Next, just identify yourself. Just identify yourself. Next. Biggest problem. I cannot interpret the topic. पता नहीं क्या topic देने वाला है यार table topic master. आज तो मेरा band बज जाएगा. And I will lose face. Correct? In front of so many people. Not many people are as shameless as Satyadip Basu or Arnav Nag. Correct? I can vouch for Arnav. I do not about others, but I can safely vouch for Arnav. Arnav and I, both of us are absolute shameless. We have got indomitable courage to speak. Archita is a vociferous speaker, so I know Archita for ages. Archita will speak in any occasion, but we two are shameless. Anywhere you ask us to speak, we'll speak. Okay, Arijit is raising hand. Next. How many of you think this is a huge problem in table topic? Satyaket was facing this problem initially, correct? Even if I start, I get lost. How many of you think? So Rohit Mahaset, Rohit, have you ever spoken on a table topic, or you feel that, can you identify yourself with this, any of this? Rohit, if you're listening, or you might unmute. Rohit Mahaset or Snehal Shete. Are you able to identify with this? I don't know. Karan Rakhecha. Have you ever faced this problem? Yes, no, maybe, never. Any answers? Arijit is raising hand. Correct. 4 participants raised hand. Okay, I am not able to see them. But Gayatri, if you can just let me know who are the ones who raised their hands.
Hemangi, Sonal, Joyata Bhattacharya, Chaitali, Arya Arora, Satyaket Das.
Everybody's, yeah.
Arijit.
So this is a very common thing. Very common thing. Right. Next. Another problem. What to do? I will start with a topic, but then, okay, maybe I'll start with a story. इसके बाद क्या होगा? मैं समुंदर का मझधार में फंस गया हूं, है ना? Big problem. If I may know this Naveen is this Naveen Pariwal? Who is Naveen? Hiding, I do not know because the video is not on.
Yeah, Satyadip. So I'm Naveen Mechu. Oh, I am new to Toastmaster from last 1 month only.
Okay, great. Naveen, is it making sense to you, whatever I'm saying?
Yes, every time.
Okay, fantastic. Great. Next. This is a big problem. This problem happens sometimes with me at least 96 times to Arnav out of 100. At least 85 times to Archita Tiwari. Gayatri Deshmukh, it is 110 out of 100. Because she has got so many thoughts, too many thoughts in mind. Do not know which one to speak. Correct? And Abhishek Mohta, I'm sure, at least 70 out of 100, Abhishek Mohta, if he is still there in the room, Abhishek would know that, oh my goodness, I do not know. I've got too many thoughts to speak. Because it happens when? It happens for seasoned speaker when there's a half volley. I mean to say, when the topic is absolutely to their choice. Right? If you give Arnav a topic, like honesty is the best policy. Now Arnav will send this ball out of the park because he has got maybe 5 ideas in this. So that's the problem. You have got too many. Sometimes if you get an easy topic, you have got too many thoughts in mind. Next. How many of you think this is the biggest problem? What? Log kya kahenge, right? My speech will not make any sense to the audience, so I will not speak. My God. Whatever I'm going to speak, and this happens when? as soon as you finish the topic, पता नहीं यार मैंने क्या बोला, उन लोगों को समझ में नहीं आएगा, शायद समझ में नहीं आया. That's all right. That's all right. All right. If the other person has not understood, it is not your fault. Always remember that. Because if you think that it is your fault, you will never come up and speak again. Never think like that. That's the most important thing. So I'm just trying to boost your confidence. I can give lots of gyan. Sitting in that room in this rainy winter evening, it is very easy to give gyan. And I'm very fond of doing so. But it is very difficult to implement. Archita, Vishwaraj, Himangi, Satyaketa have already done so. If I'm giving a topic, you will understand how good I am. It's very easy to give gyan, but I'm just telling you from my experience where people get stuck, right? So, if I go there, the last one is the killing one. Log kya kahenge? So you remember that Rajesh Khanna song, na? Kuch to log kahenge, logo ka kaam hai kehna. The greatest prison that people live in is what he or she thinks, what others think about themselves. Don't get out of that prison. I always tell this, if you want to be a good speaker, forget about table topics. If you just want to be a good speaker, the first quality that you need to have is to be shameless. Shameless. Don't think, if somebody says, oh, Chaitali, you did not make that too much sense. What did you speak? I did not understand your 5 to 7 minutes speech. Just with folded hands, Chaitali say, I could not speak, sir. Please, you come to the podium and speak for 5 to 7 minutes. That person will find out that next gully for exit. Mark my words. Mark my words. I've been here for 15 years, 16 years to be precise. And I know. There's a saying, patle gali se nikal jayenge, in Hindi. That's what people are going to do. Just with folded hands. I could not do, sir, please. Or madam, please. You next. Very easy to say. Nobody will be able to do it. So be shameless. So now quickly, last 2 slides. This is a longer one. I'll give you some tips on table topics, how to do. First thing I told you, enough gyan I've given, self-explanatory. Next, very, very important. Very, 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 very important. Listen to the topic. Now, I'll tell you what. Those who have joined from the beginning, the grass is greener wherever you water it. 3 keywords. Grass, green, water. Done. Remember these 3. If you do not remember the entire thing. Right? The things that we take for granted, someone else is craving for. Things, granted, craving. That's it. Remember these 3. If you ask Archita exact topic now, he will not be able to tell. But she will tell the gist. You understand? So listen. Listen. Yes, Arnav is trying to say something. Arnav, that is it.
No.
Okay. Right? Excuses do not give results. Very easy to remember. Very short topic. But if there's a long topic, there's a problem. Comeback is stronger than the setback. Comeback stronger setback. That's it. You do not have to remember. Remember, just listen to the keywords. Next, interpret the topic and in your own way and start. What does it mean? You interpret it. Satyaket interpreted the topic little later. He interpreted it all right, but he started, and then he was having problems in building on that topic. But he interpreted all the speakers till now. Himangi also interpreted beautifully. Correct? Interpret and then start. I'll tell you how you should do it. So, in table topics, if you want to be a good table topic speaker, there are 2 qualities you need to have. One is you need to read a bit and you need to observe. So see, there are 2 things. You know that there's a difference between seeing and observing. Can anybody tell me what is the difference between seeing and observing? Anybody? New, old, anybody? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between seeing and observing? Anyone?
Okay.
Yeah, Archita Tiwari. Yes, Archita, go ahead.
The seeing is not under your control. anything that comes in your vision, you have to see it or you see it, and you will not put a lot of thought to it. Observing is when your mind is involved and engaged, and your observing it will mean you are putting thought to it, you are noticing it, you are making some kind of an interpretation of your own about whatever is in your vision.
Fantastic. Fantastic, Archit. Round of applause. Yes, Naveen, your thoughts. You raised your hand.
Yes, Satyadip. So same only. So basically, for example, if we are going somewhere, so we see everything, but we do not remember thing because we are not observing that thing. Uh, for example, if we focus and we analyze that thing, so that is properly observing. We are remembering that thing. But a lot of things we see daily, but we do not observe. We are seeing people daily around us, unknown person, and we do not remember their faces after
Right.
next day or third day.
Absolutely. So it's simple. The simple thing is seeing and observing the difference is application of mind. If there's an application of mind, it is observance. So if you are going around, if you are traveling, just in case you are not driving, just watch the hoardings. Just watch hoardings around you. You'll get a lot of advertisements. You'll get a lot of table topics from there. Ideas. Lot of ideas. Watch advertisements in TV. Lot of ideas. Just watch snippets in Facebook interviews. Too many ideas. I get, Ornav and I, we get sports ideas from there itself because we are interested in sports. We get ideas. So be ready with some quotes, proverbs, one-liners. Just keep reading and just remember some of the one-liners. In Facebook, when you scroll, there are so many people who give Gyan. Na? I am also one of them, but that's all right. But I write once a week. But people, so many give quotes.com, correct? Brainy quotes, crazy quotes. I am not saying that you open up the internet and read brainy quotes. You scroll Facebook. In WhatsApp also, there are so many things. Just read and try and remember some of them. They come in hand very good. So these are some of the areas. See, hard work and success. Excuses do not give results, right? What was that? Motivation, success, correct? Things that you take for granted, someone else is craving for. Again, same thing, happiness and motivation. Right? The grass is greener on the other side wherever you water it. The grass is greener wherever you water it. Again, hard work. So some way these will be related. This is not an exhaustive list, this is an illustrative list, but that's how it happens. Right? I'll just move in. If you give personal examples, try and give personal examples. If you give personal examples in table topics, it gets connected better. They're more relatable. It's more relatable, right? Now, this is a very, very difficult thing. I did not want to talk about it for beginners, but as I said, day one, if you inject within them, they will try and build up. Then sometimes, who knows, from the beginners list, from Himangi, Jaita, and from Prathamesh and all, another Arnav Nagan, Gayatri Deshmukh, and Archita Tiwari may come up who can become the district champions. You never know, right? So that's how, because they're absolutely raw and their ideas are fresh. So just get that story, that theme, and you will automatically, and trust me, you will be able to build on it. I'll have one or two table topics before I close. Okay. Right. Correct. So not needed the last one. Maybe correct. So the last 2 points I have already talked about. So I'm not talking about the last 2 points. What is important is try not to digress or dilute your statement. Do not go wayward. Satyaket was not going wayward, but Satyaket was trying, because he was trying to think, conjure his thoughts. He went slightly, he was going in the wrong direction. When he said that in order to keep yourself motivated, some people you need to rise forward and move ahead. Fine, but try and not to dilute. How will you achieve this? Only if you, this is a golden rule. Can you see my cursor here? If you come up and speak. If you come up and speak, only by speaking, you can get yourself acclimatized and accustomed to table topics. You cannot learn swimming in a room. Sitting in this room, you cannot learn swimming, right? You have to get into a pond or a pool, whatever. You get into a pool to learn swimming. That is it. Right then. So in short, what you need to remember, this is the last slide of my session. What you need to remember, you just remember the word table in a table topics, right? Just remember this word table and how you approach the letters in the word table, not in this particular order. First, nothing else is in this slide. So my presentations are very, very poor. No jazzy, no colors, simple white background with black letters and sometimes blue. That too I have given just to change, right? Listen to the topic. Listen very carefully. One of the best table topic speakers in our district got disqualified or could not speak on topic because he listened to the topic. He listened it wrong. He could not hear the topic properly, or he interpreted it wrong. I also did once. Same thing happened when I lost. I lost the table topic contest, area contest. Okay. Next, you draw L from the table, you get listen. You draw A from the table, you get analyze. What do you mean by analyze? It is nothing but interpretation. Immediately analyze. Comeback is more stronger than a setback. Excuses do not give results. Okay, what do I need to speak? I need to speak about excuses. So immediately your mind starts working. And then first you do that analysis. Immediately your mind will start working, but you will not be able to think. You will think only when you gradually proceed. So you've got 2.5 minutes to speak. That's a very long period of time. Trust me, in table topics. It's a long period. I went to IIT Kharagpur to judge the Spring Fest. The IIT Kharagpur guys were asked, not only IIT Kharagpur, across IITs and across colleges, IIMs had also come over, right? BITS Pilani was there, VIT Meshta was there, VIT was there, all budding engineers. 2 minutes to speak on a topic, not table topic, just random jams, or maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes. 2 minutes it was given, not jam. 2 minutes to speak. All of them were waiting for the green card. Sir, green card ho gaya, bas, main bach gaya, 1 minute ho gaya. No, that's not the approach. Neither is the approach that I will speak till 2 minutes, 25 seconds. I'm not saying that. You just practice. You need to analyze, okay, what am I going to speak on? And then you cannot think immediately, but you can just interpret it in your own way. You can do that analysis in your own way, but you cannot think that way. But then when you speak, you start thinking. That's the T. As you speak, your brain the adrenaline rush will slowly come down and it will start thinking. Because Satyadip thought about talking about his own exam when it was almost 1 minute and 10 seconds. So for the first 1 minute, he kept on speaking and speaking. And then he realized what more to speak, what next. When you start thinking, you know you will be able to elucidate and explain. This cannot happen until you think. When you analyze, you cannot explain. You cannot explain. Or you cannot elucidate. But remember one thing. Whatever you do in table topic, just don't think, मेरे को 2 मिनट बोलना है, बस 2 मिनट बोल दिया किसी तरह से, मैं बोल दूंगी और बोल दूंगा, बस मेरा काम हो गया. No. That is not that. Because you have seen today how Vishwalas did it, how Archita did it, how Himangi did it, and how Satyadip managed to do it in the end. That's it. In the end, you need to build the topic, build it. You understand? It is not a random statements that you make. You stitch the story. Otherwise, you stitch the topic together. That's what it is. So it's T for think, A for analyze, B for build, L for listen, and E for elucidate. Just the order is different. You can take it as late B or don't be late, whatever, as an acronym or a mnemonics. That's your table topic. So just remember the word table. That's what you need to do. That is what it is. But you know why I have highlighted the word ACT in red? It is because within the word practice, it's this act. So that's why it is highlighted in red. You understand? That's it. So since Arnav is still there, you're still there? Great. So maybe for you, Arnav, a topic for you.
Hang on. I need to go outside for that.
You
Too many
need to
people
go.
are talking.
Okay. Before Arnav, will anybody would like to take a topic before closure, before I call Arnav? Anyone who likes to take a topic? And by now you understood it's not that difficult. And of course, this is very important thing. Be on time. Shubham. Shubham has raised his hand. Okay. Shubham.
Yes, sir.
Yes, your topic. Shubham, let's see how you do it.
Yes, sir.
The ladder of success is never crowded at the top. The ladder of success is never crowded at the top. Is it very difficult, Shubham?
Sir, it's a quote. I am just a budding Toastmaster, so I am not used to quotes.
Okay.
So
I'll give you a very okay. Let me give you something which is slightly okay. You are a budding Toastmaster. Fantastic.
yes, budding Toastmaster. Yes, sir.
You need to win over your mind before you win anything. You need to win over your mind before you win anything. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. It's all right. Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Let's see.
You need to win over your mind before you win anything. Very simple, right? In any kind of situation, in anything, in any task which you are given, you have to overcome your mind. Because mind craves relaxation. Mind craves in Hindi, which we call alas. Because it wants its comfort zone to be fulfilled. Because if you are given any task, let's say your boss calls you and you have to complete a certain task in the next 10 minutes, your mind would immediately go like, can I postpone this task? Can I give my task to some other, my friend? Can I just excuse my boss? But no, you have to control your mind. You have to confront it head on, that if you don't complete your task, your image would go down. So in these type of situations, you have to go out of your day. Maybe you might be preparing for some exams. In those exams, you will be a victim of procrastination. Procrastination is very common. So in those situations also, you have to confront your mind. You have to give proper reasons as to why you have to do the task and why the task is important for you. And then only you can go ahead with the task. Confronting the mind is very simple for some, but very difficult for others. Very simple for the disciplined ones. Very simple for those who have very good type of concentration, who have very good relationship with their minds. But very difficult for those people who don't communicate with themselves, who don't speak to themselves, who don't even analyze what they are saying or what they are doing. So confronting your mind is very important for any kind of situation, but it depends for person to person how difficult that kind of task will be. That's it, sir.
Fantastic, Shubham. Shubham.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Your boss calls you in 10 minutes and you have to give a task in 10 minutes. You need to postpone. Something is going in your mind.
Yes, sir.
And you know that you will not be able to do it, but it is in your mind that it's that inhibition which is creating a block. So a thought about inhibition, a thought about apprehension, just these words would have turned this game on, right? Then
Yes,
you
sir.
went on, you did a wonderful thing. In the body of the speech, you said that it become a victim of procrastination. Very easy thing. Exactly. Exactly, that's the point. But just an example of your procrastination. Win over your mind to win over something. That's it. Bring in that personal touch in your speech. If I have to give you a feedback, the speech was good. The only problem was you did not bring in a personal touch. You did not elucidate. You were thinking. You
Yes.
listened, you analyzed that, okay, I'll talk. You started thinking, but then the thinking analysis were going hand in hand. And your mind told you that your thought process told you, okay, let's talk about procrastination. But you did not elucidate. And that's why the problem was in the last two. You did not elucidate, which is why the topic was not built the way in which it should have been. It is, again, I'm saying it's very easy to give the gyan, but I'm just trying to give you the feedback where you can do better, how you can do better. That's the point. So,
Thanks.
round of applause for Shubham, who is trying his hand out, but that is absolutely all right. Now we'll close, but before that, we cannot give without the table topics runners up of the district, right? Oh no, don't worry.
Satyadip, shall we stop the screen share?
Hey, yeah, I can, because this is what I have to say for table topics, right? Face it, grace it, ace it. That's it. You face it, then only you'll be able to ace it. Otherwise, then only the F goes off and the GR gets added, right? But you have to ace it, right? That's it. So I can stop. Okay, or no? For you.
Ekdam bolo.
You
can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Very simple.
Okay.
There is always a way if you are committed. There is always a way if you are committed. That's it.
An army veteran, after finishing off serving in Vietnam, decided to come back and open up his own business. Especially abroad and even in our own country, we have seen that veterans cannot easily come back into society. And that is exactly what happened to him. He tried his hand at insurance, did not work. Tried his hand at opening a store, did not work. Somehow civilian life wasn't suiting him. That is when he met another friend and they were talking about how he was a great cook when he was serving with his battalion. Look no further. Do you know what he did? He simply used his favorite chicken recipe. Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, guests, remember the term it's finger licking good? This is the story of Colonel Sanders, the inventor or the owner of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Today, after McDonald's, probably the biggest brand in the world, what do you think he did? He was 63 years old when he founded it. And he was only able to do it because he was committed to it. He was committed to building a business of his own. Insurance failed. His own ventures failed. He did not give up. So in life, you will find situations which will not be ideal to you. I have faced it myself. In fact, every one of us have faced it. The easiest example is where we are today in table topics. The first time I came up, I wasn't in time. The first time you have come up, you might not have been in time. Your topics may not have been coherent. And yet here we all are. Today, your workshop felicitator is here as a division finisher. It is only because he never gave up. He committed to table topics. He kept on speaking. So if you ever feel that you're going to give up, you're on the brink of submission, do not. Just try another time. That failure will serve as your stepping stone of success. And you, my friend, without ever not wanting to commit, will definitely succeed. So remember to commit and you will always achieve the success or your goal that you have in mind. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Fantastic. Right. So now you know why I wanted to have so this looked like a prepared speech, isn't it? So I told you I used that word, which I do not want to use, but I'm using it again. Donkey years this guy has been doing it. Simple. There's always a way if you're committed. So way and committed, two words on the way to remember. Talking about how beautifully built up the story, right? So listen, analyzed immediately. Okay, I'm going to talk about Colonel Sanders, but how? Kept on thinking, right? Analyzed about Colonel Sanders and then talked about army veteran. did not mention the name. Talked about the own ventures, insurance which failed, and then how Colonel Sanders thought about Kentucky Fried Chicken. He was 63. And then that thinking power of Arnab, this always comes to him later because I know him for, again, donkey years. He did not think about giving any personal example, but he knew that he has done it. He has got time in hand. So he talked about table topics because that's what he came to his mind immediately. That thinking power prompted him to talk about table topics where if you are committed, even if you fail for the first 2 times, or you have been not on time, could not interpret topic, you just keep on practicing and you end up as a podium finisher in contest. And then summarizing it with, if you are on the brink of being submerged, remember that if you have that self-belief, you can always bounce back, right? So see, I have asked these guys to speak just to let you know, you do not have to emulate Archita and all now, please. Or Vishwas, you do not need to emulate them. All I'm trying to tell you is that listen to the topic, figure out what you need to do. As you start speaking, that your brain will work. It is an amazing thing in human mind. It will automatically work. And you will be able to explain, but it will not come in 3 sessions. It will not come in 13 sessions. But after you have spoken maybe for 20 times in table topic, it will come to you naturally. Public speaking is something which can definitely be taught, which can definitely be practiced and learned. That's it from my side. I don't know whether, of course, it's already 10:14. I am standing between you and your dinner. Of course, my dinner is also waiting. But I just hope it made sense. So, Gayatri, before you close up, if I can get some, yes, Himangi wants to ask something. If you've got any questions, or did it make sense? I just wanted to understand whatever I've said. Himangi, yes, go ahead.
Hi, Satyadip. It was indeed very informative session. Thank you so much for this. I just wanted to check with you. So you're saying that you have to practice a lot, but then can you throw some bit of light on how to exactly practice, especially at home? So if I want to practice it at home, maybe, or how do I do it? How should I start, basically?
Satyadip, can I answer that, please?
Yes, please. This is the gadget.
So here is what you can do. Join us every Thursday 9 p.m. because until the table topics contest happen every Thursday 9 p.m. we are going to meet and we are going to practice.
So how do you practice? I'll tell you. Another quick story. All of you have heard about Saurav Ganguly, India captain, at one point of time. Saurav Ganguly said a very important thing to an aspirant cricketer's mother. Saurav Ganguly used to run a coaching camp, of course, in Behala, where he resides. So there was this mother who came with his son and said that my son practices hours and hours in nets. Can he play an IPL? Can he become an IPL cricketer? Can he play for India? Saurav Ganguly asked him one question. How many matches have your son played, madam? Matches, with cricket matches, actually. The boy's mother said that my son has played till now, in a year, he plays around 4 to 5 matches. But he practices hours in the nets. Saurav only said that ask him to play 50 matches and practice only 5 hours in the nets. That's all. Because in the match, you'll get out only once. In the nets, if you get out, you can get number of times you can get out, but you can still continue to bat. So ideally, what Gayatri said is true. You need to be in a pressure situation. So if you want to practice, really practice with this mobile phone, put your stopwatch on and practice. How to get topics? As I told you, brainy quotes, crazy quotes, anywhere you take the quotes. Take normal. Himangi, I'll give you a simple quote. Very, if where there's a will, there's a way. Speak. It is difficult. You will not be able to speak immediately. Where there's a will, there's a way. Correct? So now if I just change it, where there's a will, there are 1,000 relatives. How do you interpret this? Correct. So there are different ways you can do it. So all that I'm trying to tell you is, don't worry, just pick up, but practice with a stopwatch. And if possible, record it and play it back. record it and play it back. You will get to know where you have made the mistakes. Until unless practicing in front of the mirror will not help you. It will help you to improve your facial expression and gestures. But if you record it, when you play it back, you know where I've gone. Okay, Himangi? Yes, Ishu?
Thank you, Satyadip. Just have a quick question. Despite all the practice that we do, if say on any particular day, I tend to get a brain freeze at times that the topic slightly stumps me. Then how do we deal with that? Because as Toastmasters, we cannot change the topic. And once you have actually agreed to take on a table topic, then how are you going to deal with it? Suppose at times,
what happens to you? What kind of topic you get?
If I get a topic that stumps me and I'm unable to, yes, I am unable to come up with some sort of personal anecdote, or I do not know where to start or where to end. Then how to go about in such a situation?
Absolutely. So whatever the first thoughts in your mind come, you start speaking. Right? In no topic in this world will stump you. Trust me. No topic in the world can stump you. Because you have had that bit of level of experience. Even a 21-year-old guy or a girl will be able to deliver, even if he has not got an experience as you are. Right? Maybe you are carrying 20 years of experience behind you. But it does not matter. Now, no topic will stump you. Trust me, Issue. You need to speak. You might speak off the topic. And then you realize where you have spoken off the topic. The only catch here is you need to find out later what was the topic and where you got stumped. It is not important where you fell. Find out where you slipped. That is your table topic. Right? Right. So that is it. I have got in my repository right now, I've got 450 topics that I can give you. Those all one-liners, right? 450 topics ready with me, which I can give you. So you can imagine how many tabletop sessions I can conduct, because I am a die-hard fan of one-liners. Wherever you get one-liners, I just catch them. And I read one-liners. It helps me. I've used quite a few right now. So that is how you develop. But overall, guys, let's hear from Joyita Bhattacharya or Joyita Pal or Karan Rakesh, this whatever you spend this 1 hour 15 minutes, it made some rational things, or I don't know. Maybe you can unmute and say you don't have to come on video. Not needed.
Joyita Paul is one of our prospective Toastmasters. She's yet to make a decision if she wants to join. So it would be nice to know.
But you can write on the chat also if you think that it made sense. That if you don't want to come on video, don't want to spell out, but that's all right. But if you can also do that.
RK Arora wants to say something.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, I liked the session a lot. I learned basics of, understanding how, the table, what you use, listen first and then analyze and then think and then, conclude and build everything, So I never had that courage to come up and then speak on a impromptu topic, because it is a fear, because again, graduate in Hindi, sometimes vocabulary issues. So these are all issues, I never tried to come in table topic. But yes, as far as Toastmaster journey is concerned, I've been in Toastmaster from last 2 years, and I'm at level 5 in 2 pathways. But on table topic, I always at the back seat. But today I got great learning and some, I can say that affirmations, that which you had given, and that will help me to take me in this journey forward. And I would also like to attend this session on Thursday 9 o'clock, as Gayatri was saying to us.
Absolutely.
So Gayatri, can you share your contact so that maybe, because this is the link I got from somewhere, I do not know from where I got this link to join today this session.
Yes, I will put my contact number in the chat, and we will add you to our group so that you will keep on getting the links.
Perfect.
Sure.
So,
Thank you.
Mr. Arora, sir, somebody told you had issues with your vocabulary. Go and find that person and bring that person to me. After
No,
that, the
it's
person
not. It's me who is who think about that there is a vocabulary issue.
then there's a problem. That's why I said, na, don't be in
That's
the
what
position.
today I got. Positive affirmations from your side, and then that will help me out.
Absolutely. Be shameless. There's no problem with the vocabulary. See, only you think that there's a problem in the vocabulary. That's the
Yes,
mental
yes,
block.
yes.
So
Yes,
whenever I
yes.
take sometimes a corporate training, I take a session on mental block, inhibition. It is nothing but a mental block. Anyways, don't worry about it, sir. Yes, Chaitali.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you so much, sir, for giving me such a valuable presentation in front of us. And one lesson I learned from your session that I'm not just going to seeing all the people who are joining in the meeting, but observing each and everything. The senior person who are the Toastmaster from last 10 or 15 days. I will start observing how they talk to. Yeah. Thank you so much for the session.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks. Lovely. The kid of Chaitali. Right, Gayatri. So I think we are done. I hope it made some sense. So 7 new messages. Okay.
Thank you so much, Satyadip. And on that note, we would formally adjourn the meeting. And as mentioned already, every Thursday 9 p.m. India time, we usually meet up to either learn something new from a veteran Toastmaster or to practice our table topic skills. And since it's going to be a table topics contest sometime soon in another 2-3 months, we'll be more focused on it. If you want to do your active listening project as a table topics master, please feel free to use this platform as a table topic master. 1 hour of table topics session. Thank you so much. I would like to formally adjourn the meeting by stopping the recording.